All right, live. Welcome. Who do we got on first? We got YouTube. Don't mind me. We are going to get stuff up and running here, and I will just share. Let's see. Let's get Patreon up and running. Okay, you guys. Feel free if you are catching this not live, right? If you're catching it later, you can go ahead. We're about 5 minutes till noon. So fast forward if you don't want to watch this part of the nonsense, which is me trying to do battle with technology, and it's given me a little bit of grief the last couple of days. So we will, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get ahead of the game here. So again, don't mind me as I just ramble on. Yeah, and don't mind me as I type and try to multitask because I am not that guy. We do have a special episode in store for you. And I mean, we're going to find out here in a minute who's showing up. And let's see. All right, one more click, and then I'll have all of the windows open. Hopefully. All right, let's see if Facebook gets her shit together today. They gave me bad grief yesterday. It was not okay. Okay. So again, if you're in here, hi. Oh, all right, we're now live. We are now live. Okay, live on Facebook. All right, so everybody's up and running. Again, don't mind me. We are in the process, right? I got the doors open just because. Again, technology has been an issue, and I wanted to make sure we had stuff up and running. So we're there. I mean, we're up and running. And now, oh, here it comes. All right. So don't mind me. You get to see some of the demo. Hey, buddy.
Hey there.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Cool. Okay. So what do you have live stream up and running on your end?
I do, and I had it turned down. I am on watching you on YouTube.
YouTube. All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So yeah, as long as it's turned down, and I mean, so I don't know, you can see what's happening on your end. I mean, this is the first time that I've really done this with anybody serious who's paying attention. We did a live stream a couple weeks ago, and a friend of mine called, and we just like talked on the speakerphone, and but he didn't like have technology. Well, he did, but he's not very techno savvy. So it's a shitload of feedback and this and that. Another old guy like me who like we used to use stone and chisels to communicate. Now we got all this shit.
Hey, I'm just happy that I could, do my regular Saturday chill and clean routine.
Oh, good.
And not have to worry about what I look like.
Okay. Well, I mean, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll get you cleaned up sometime when I actually have some technology and I can do some real like split screen stuff or things like that. I mean, this has been quite the experience putting this together, and there's a lot, like I've been blowing out content, so there's probably too much going on for anybody to follow all of it, but maybe at some point people catch up. But the genesis of this was not very long ago. I mean, as far as the podcast and live stream stuff, was kind of within the last month. And so it's like done this thing since then. So, all right. Well, if you're good and you are comfortable, I'm going to go ahead and like pretend it's 12 o'clock straight up. It's awful close to that. And I've got all of the other shit. Oh, God, my computer's so lame. It always wants to run this scan and clean up right when I get this shit started. And it's like, stop it. All right. So if you're ready to rock, welcome, everybody. Officially noon hour. Straight up, Real Talk with Keith Motherfucking Walker. And welcome to the show. We have a special, like, kick ass gig planned. And we have not practiced any of this shit yet. So it's a wing it job. What I have is I have Jessica Waters, who has called in. And she is on speakerphone here because that's as good as our technology gets. But if you don't know who she is, you're going to know here in just a minute. And Jessica, I want to start and just open up the floor to you, introduce yourself, and then just ramble on. And you can go with personal stuff, you can go with foundation stuff, or all the above. But the floor is yours, and welcome to the shit show.
All right, I wouldn't call it a shit show, but anytime I'm involved, it turns into a shit show because I squirrel so much, and you do too. So I think you may have to wrangle me in sometime.
That's all good.
With that.
It's all good. Nobody's paying for this shit right now, so fuck it. Let it ride.
That's all right. Let's roll. Okay, so I'm going to just start off and tell you about a really good friend of mine.
Okay.
So I met this friend, I'd say about 5 months ago. Well, no, 4 months ago or so. And we met through a platform. He was a follower of mine. And I used this platform for what it was for selling. But I also used it as a social media type. And I was just starting out. And just starting out, it's hard to get followers and it's hard to retain people and keep people's attention. And so the only way to really engage with people is to always be your most true self. And that's all I ever know. That's who I am. That's who I am all the time. I'm going to be my true self. So I'm so glad to see people down in the comments. That makes me happy.
Yep.
Just being your true self. I mean, that's what's important, though. I noticed, as I'm selling items, I'll sit down for a little bit and I'll start chatting, and I would notice that people would start rolling in, and I would start retaining people a little more when I was actually engaging. And that led into me telling little pieces of my life story. And, we all have a story, and everybody's story is important, and everybody has a story to tell. But sometimes other people want to listen to your story because they can relate to it. And it can sometimes put a lot of perspective on their own lives. So I said, you know what, this is almost therapeutic for me.
Oh, cool.
So I started telling stories. So I'll back up just a little bit.
Okay.
My husband passed away from brain cancer. He had glioblastoma, and when we married, I knew he was sick and he was terminal. We never knew how much time he had left, and that made us live every day to day. And he loved music, just a music fanatic, and so was I. So he liked to go to concerts, and I said, you know what? I am going to take him to every single concert I can possibly take him to, and we are going to make every memory that we can make together. And we met so many people and so many friends this way. And I can't tell you how many wonderful, genuine people within the music community, just fellow metalheads, just fellow just lovers of music and lovers of people that I've met just through this community.
Right.
And I was telling the story of that. And then it led to me telling the story of his brain tumor recurring and him being, going through his very last treatment and through his hospice journey and then his death. Well, I had just had my son. My son was 11 months old when my husband passed. So I'm sharing all of this, and I just noticed that people are coming in the room more, and they're staying. And that led me to go, you know what? I'm talking about these concerts and this love of music, and that's getting these people in here, and they're liking that. They're engaging it, because I was selling band tees of all things. So I could relate to what I'm selling, and I have so much knowledge over it. And it was getting everybody engaged. And then it led to telling other parts of my story. So there were other life events that I discussed. But one of the life events that I discussed was after coming out of an abusive relationship and a lot of grief and loss and being diagnosed with bipolar 1 and PTSD and panic and anxiety disorder all at once. Coming to terms with being diagnosed with those things and how to cope and live with those, how to navigate life with these diagnoses all at once. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I found someone in my life that I love, I just adore. And I didn't think that finding love again was going to be possible. Well, that person happened to be a combat vet with PTSD.
Okay.
So part of this journey has not only been me coping with my PTSD, but it's been learning to love and how to navigate life with someone else who has PTSD and from a different perspective, a different type of PTSD.
Sure.
So I'm telling this part of the story, and it's resonating with my friend who's in this chat. And we started talking about music some more, and all of a sudden it just clicked. And I said, "Hey, can I talk to you? Can I just reach out to you?" And I'll be honest, I kind of just shrugged him off because I didn't know who this person was. I was like, "Meh," and messaged me again, and I was like, "Okay, sure, we can talk." So we started talking, and come to find out, well, actually, I figured out who he was before we talked. I told him, I said, "I know who you are." He said, "You know who I am?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I said, "Okay." He says, "Well, I've been following you and I've been listening to your story, and something just has touched me about this. And there's been such a light about you that I just couldn't put my finger on." He said, "And just the moment I saw one particular thing, and it was a tattoo that I have, he said, it finally clicked for me." He said, "You're the person that's supposed to help me navigate this part of my life." He said, "Here's the thing.
Wow.
I want to close this chapter of my life." Okay, well, so let me back up. This friend is James Niggemeyer. So I don't know if everybody is familiar with James, or I call him Jim. But he experienced something that it's a very traumatic experience in life. And it really resonated with me as well. So, we shared stories. Excuse me. We shared stories, and he told me what he wanted to do. Hey, I have all of this stuff that people have given to me over the years and gifted to me, and I just don't know what to do with it. Like, I want to help somebody, and I want it to go for a cause, and a really good cause, and I don't know what to do with it. He said, and I'm thinking about just donating it. I said, wait a minute. I said, I know exactly where this needs to go. And he goes, okay. I said, the Taylor Foundation. And he said, you know, I've heard of the Taylor Foundation. What? I said, you know, it's for combat vets and it's for first responders. I said, and he goes, you know what? I'm a veteran too. And I said, see, it perfectly lines up. I said, it involves everything that you're about. Your love of music. It involves helping people, and that's what you're trying to do. Help people, your love of music. You being a first responder and you being a veteran. I said, it touches on everything. He goes, well, I love it. Like, I'm for it. What? I don't know how to contact somebody. And I said, well, wait a minute. Here's one better. I said, I know somebody directly involved. I said, in fact, I know the person to contact. I have contact with the managing director for the Taylor Foundation. I said, and if you want to do this, I said, push play now. I said, and I guarantee you, I'll get a response in 5 minutes. And he said, push play. And within like 3 minutes,
fuck yes,
I had motherfucking Mary Mosseller, in my inbox, and she said, absolutely, yes, I am in on this. And I said, okay. So the three of us collaborated, and then we got with one of the top sellers and influencers on Whatnot, and here we go. So what's going to happen is Jim, I call him Jim, Jim. He's going to be donating all of the items that he has had donated, given to him over the last 22 years of going to concerts and just, you know, connections that he has. But people have been, okay, let me back up a little bit further. So I have a connection to the Taylor Foundation because of that new love that I found. He suffers with PTSD, and one of his friends also. And his friend had reached out to the Taylor Foundation and got in touch with another veteran who said, hey, you know, he was in crisis, and he said, I don't know what to do. I don't have anything left. I don't have any go in me. And, you know, my partner, I kind of felt like he didn't have any go left too. There's a difference between having a purpose and just being. And the vet from the Taylor Foundation gave his friend a task. And the task was he built some guitar pedals. And he built them, and then he picked up the phone and shows up at my boyfriend's house. And he said, I need your help. He said, I know you paint. And he's like, well, I'm kind of busy. He says, no. Let me tell you what this is for. And so he told him. He said, this goes to the Taylor Foundation, and everything is full circle. So this what you're doing right now is going to go for a good cause, or it's going to go to another veteran that needs something. It's going for a purpose. And I have never seen my boyfriend just drop everything and have a spark in his eye and a drive like he has. I mean, he's always driven, but this was a different drive. This was, I need to do this. And he painted petals, and he named each petal, and they each had a meaning and a story to them. Part of his therapy over the last 3 years is he has rebuilt a truck from the ground up. And I'm just going to do a shameless plug here, but it's Gearhead Graffiti, and he's on Facebook. And you can follow his journey from rebuilding this truck from the ground up, a 1964 Chevy C10. And it's beautiful, hand painted. Everything is up to date on the interior. Everything is completely redone ground up, and that's been his therapy. The therapy is different for everybody. And when he dropped those petals off, he went to work, and then they sent them to the Taylor Foundation. That probably saved my boyfriend's friend's life. And just to be honest with you, now that I have gotten involved in this, I have a purpose right now. I mean, I know I have a purpose in life, period. But this has given me so much drive and so much hope in the time that I've been working on this, that I'm excited for life. And it makes me so happy when I reach out to somebody that is a veteran or just a friend or just really anybody, to be honest with you, and it touches them and they want to participate. And they get that spark in their eye and they get that drive. I picked up some photos the other day from a friend that's a photographer. And I mean, as soon as I picked them up and looked at the very first one, I just got this full body chill, because I know that picture that he took as his therapy is going to go to a really good cause. And it just meant so much to see that, to know that something he did is going to go towards this cause. Well, this cause is to help Jim close this chapter in his life, be able to get rid of all of these things that have basically been sitting in totes and have them not sitting around anymore. And eventually, well, all the proceeds are going to go to the Taylor Foundation, but eventually help him close that chapter in his life and start a fresh one.
Right.
And that in itself makes me so happy to know that I'm helping someone else, but I'm helping myself in the process. But like I said, therapy just looks different for everybody, and there's so many different forms, and I just feel really blessed to be a part of this. I really do.
Right on. Cool. I mean, fuck. Great story. So, before I move out of this, do me a favor and just give us all a little more detail, like what. Okay, so it's going to be on Whatnot. That's the platform, right?
It's going to be on the platform Whatnot.
Okay. And that's going to be, July 29th, 7 p.m.
July 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
And we've created a Facebook event page as well.
Cool. Okay. So if you guys are, anybody who's listening right now, like Jessica, throw out the links, all that shit. I know you got it on yours. I know I got some stuff on mine as well. But if you are watching right now and you're not me or Jessica, then do the whole planet a favor and like get those digits and blow up your feeds with it, share it, all that kind of stuff. What I can say is I think it's the right path, and there's just a handful of people in here, but you know people and you know people, and we are all, I mean, again, there's a million ways to help causes and do that kind of shit, but this one's pretty metal, and like we're all pretty metal, so it is a topic and an auction and stuff that we all are passionate about anyway. So this is a slam dunk. And
Absolutely.
obviously, if you can see a little piece of the fucking metal shop going on behind me, like the whole house looks like this. And pretty much everybody I know and hang out with fucking has a house that looks like, or you know what I mean? So if you're watching us, like, there's some shit for you there. And again, there's more to the storyline and all of what that is. But at a minimum, again, Taylor Foundation, and they do a lot of work with veterans, first responders, PTSD stuff. So, I mean, and all of the loot here is headed that direction. So, right? Or is that pretty good coverage?
That's coverage.
Is
That
that
is
what we're
coverage.
doing? Okay, cool. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the, I mean, it's always very cool. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on and a lot of good shit. And you talk about everybody doing therapy different. It's always awesome when we get the backstories. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like somebody just woke up one day, they were bored and decided they needed to save the planet and make it to heaven. So they just invented some shit. Like, there's usually something. And this is, if I may, um, just, this is the silver lining of the bullshit of life, for lack of a better way to put it. It's like, whether it's cliche or not, it's fucking reality. Like, we go through the shit so we can get to the other side and then carry the memo to somebody else in the universe, like this universal thing. And so, as again, it's more than cliche. Personally, I mean, that's my therapy, because shit hits the fan regularly, like welcome to Earth, right? And it's not always going to be unicorn shit and rainbows and going my way. So in those moments, because I've been paying attention for 60 fucking years or whatever, like, if I'm wallowing through some shit, I know there's another side to get to, and there's a reason for that. And so I wallow through shit with, I wouldn't say a smile on my face, because it still kind of sucks, but you know what I mean? But with an understanding that this is not a permanent thing, for lack of a better way to put it. And there's a memo or a message, and sometimes we get to see it right away. Sometimes we see it down the road. Like, your situation is like, when you were going through it, you were not happy about it, and you were not looking, but as you shared, your attitude and zeal for life and what's coming as a result of what brought you to this is fucking spectacular. I mean, and this is why we trudge the road to happy destiny, or whatever it is. Again, is that peace on the other side. So, and I live for that peace on the other side, right? But
Right,
it's all part of the experience. And yeah, anyway, okay. So, do you want to talk any more about that, or are you
Oh,
good?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I am down for it. And we have somebody in the chat
Okay.
who is a phenomenal Mr. Nathaniel Everett.
Hi, Nathaniel. Yeah, I see him in there yakking. He's
Yeah.
he's lurking back
He is
there.
a lurker.
Okay.
Actually, he has been sharing like crazy.
Yeah.
I really greatly appreciate him. I was on TikTok, and I just kind of, did a little small blast in a room of someone that I follow, and he said, "Oh, yeah, count me in."
Right on.
And he has donated some really.
Oh, okay.
He's a veteran also.
Okay, I think I saw some of that. Cool.
He has donated some really awesome photographs that he has taken, and he is
Indeed
a phenomenal photographer.
Right on.
So a lot of the items that we're going to have are also from veterans.
Okay.
And it's different media styles.
Cool.
Some are from veterans, but most are going to be from veterans. On different media like
Okay.
Canvas. Some are hand built dolls. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
there's everybody's medium is different. Everybody, just like everybody's therapy is different. So
Sure.
it's crazy to see some of the things that people have been donating. And there's still time to donate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna selflessly plug here also because
Do that.
it's really not being selfless. It's for a really good cause. If
Sure.
you are an artist, if you just have a hobby and don't even call yourself an artist, and you're a veteran, if you suffer with PTSD, if you have someone else that you love or care about that suffers with PTSD or really any type of mental illness, if you just want to contribute, everything helps, and we would be so appreciative of any donations that you could make. And if you want to make a donation, our event's going to be on July 29th. You still have time to make that donation. You can reach out to me directly. And I'll give you the P.O. box of where it's going to go to. And it's going to go directly to Jim. It's going to go directly in his hands, and it will be sold live on Whatnot. Just ask that if you do decide to make a donation, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who you are.
Sure.
The purpose of why you donated it. If this is therapy, and if you're a veteran, that's your story. If you don't want to share anything, that's okay too. Just let us know who you are so we can let people know. Okay. Every donation helps. Every share to the page, to the actual event site, everything is so appreciated. And I just really, I'm thankful for you too, Keith. I got my book today, by the way, like right before I called in.
Sweet.
And I am really ready to dig into it.
Well, I appreciate that. And I hope, like I comment on, I hope it's worth the hype. whatever hype there was. But okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's an easy read. I'll let you go do that. So yeah, and I'll be very interested to hear what you think about it. So I appreciate that. Okay. So, I got a few minutes to hang out or any of this kind of stuff, and I'm going to self-disclose just cause. So, the 80s were really rough on me, right? And I'm getting older, and so I'm going to let you tell me the story because I rattle my brain out, and I probably know this, but I, for the life of me, am pulling up a blank. So, where did we cross paths?
So we crossed paths through your significant other, your lovely Pam.
Okay.
And our love of music.
Right.
So Pam and I have been friends on Facebook for many years now.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? These are my people. So
right.
I said, you know what? Add friends. So here we go. And then I see, oh, there's a book. Okay. So, and I see, posts about addiction and recovery and mental health. And I'm like, I'm with this. Like
right.
music tied into this, that's where I need to be. Like that's my people right there.
Right.
So this is where we cross paths.
Okay. So this is, because that's kind of what I thought. Like, I'm trying to pick a place. This is a social media relationship, right? Friend of a friend somewhere, random, welcome to the universe, like, you're a friend of a friend, you look cool, like, click kind of thing, and then here we go. Okay, that's good, because I've been sitting here going, fuck, where did I meet her? And it's like, okay, I haven't. Good. So I'm not totally fucked up.
It's crazy that we haven't, because all the shows that I've been to, that you've been to, it's kind of crazy that we haven't. But hey,
it's a
one
big,
day
yep.
it
Oh,
may
we will.
happen.
Oh, I guarantee it. I and no, I do. I mean, up here comes my better half. There you go. There's my biggest fan. Hi,
Hi,
Jessica.
Jessica. I love you.
Hi.
Yep.
I love you. I love you. You are a fantastic lady. Let me tell you. I just adore you.
Well, thank you for putting together what you guys are doing. That is super cool. And for involving Keith, it's right up his alley. That's really cool. And we give no fucks
That's right.
given forever.
Anyway.
Ever. Bye, baby. Love you.
I love you too, lady.
Thanks for stopping in. You're a rock star. Yeah, she. I'm gonna tell a story just cause. That talks about rock stars. So we have done. I'll just leave it at that. This gig, it's like a rock and roll cruise called Shiprock, and we did that annually for up to like 7 years ish or something that we've done this cruise. Well, it was a few years in, and we were, where were we at? Galveston? I guess it was leaving out of Galveston. Anyway.
Oh, and you're not too far from me when you went to Galveston.
Yeah, but that was 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, missed you. Sorry. But but anyway, they do these, the night before parties, and they were doing this bar crawl thing. And of course, we don't drink or do that. We just like to watch drunk people act stupid. I mean, it's what's going on. So we go and we're going to participate in all of that. There's some swag giveaway and all that stuff. So we went early because we're old and we don't party. So we're going to go early, do the shit, boom, go back, get a good night's sleep, because the rest of the week is going to be an ass kicker on this cruise, right? It's just go, go, go.
Right.
And so we go in and we're up towards the front of the line. We get through that, and then we get out. And by the time we get out, like literally, it's probably a block. Like the line to get in to this first bar to get all the sign up shit, do that, is like a block long. And so we're walking out. We're about ready to hit the street, like, and go around the block to all the bars and stop in and get your shit stamped. Okay, good. And it literally took an hour to go a block, because every fucking 3 people we walk by, some fucking random would be like, "Oh my God, it's Pam! Oh, Pam, I love you!" Like, it was fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm the big deal here, motherfuckers, right? But no, like zero. Like all Pam and holding her bag while she's hugging and loving on people we have never fucking met. But her gratitude page and her silly little fucking spiritual memes from whatnot. I mean, people dig that shit. And she's spectacular about it, and it's real, and so people connect.
Absolutely, she has this, this
fuck
glow about
so
her.
She's
She just has
she is
a
rock
she
star.
just sucks you in.
So it's just like, again, stop, and I'm almost like, I can't even do an eye roll here because I'm just so fucking amazed. I'm like, fucking how cool is that, right? And if I ever gave her shit for being like self-absorbed and thinking she's a big deal, you know what? She's a fucking big deal. Like, shut up, Walker. Like, look at this. And I literally, like, we're like halfway through the line, and at the time I had a reasonable relationship with Chris Kale, and I fucking text him and I'm like, bro, and he comes back, he texts back, and he's like, that's a rock star. And I'm just like, holy shit, like, yes, like, and I could put that in place, and I'm just like, it was that. So anyway, that's the Pam is a fucking rock star story, and it's very true. And so here we go with yet another story to be told. Like, this story will be told many times as it grows, because what has happened as a result of like clicking on one random friend however long ago and doing a little follow has
Mhm.
morphed into, at least in our neck of the woods, like this thing is a springboard for fucking who knows where it's going. But I mean, any of y'all have been watching the show and paying attention, like it's a building thing. Like I'm done fucking around here and waiting for life to happen. Like whatever the pieces have lined up is, it's time to go and build and do what I feel compelled to do. Again, it's part of my therapy is I have to do therapy. Like I get therapy when I do therapy, when I'm in therapy, when I'm with you, with them, with any of that. It's always a two-way street. And that is where I fucking hit the groove. And so we're gonna figure it out whether this gets to be, I mean, I don't even know what to say. It already is something. I mean, it's already a lot of things and has been a lot of things, but this random, I mean, what? You know, this is as random as anything. And I'll backtrack just a little bit for everybody else, just cause I mean, and so again, you reached out and it was probably a couple months ago talking about what this was, and it was very in its infant stage, and there were not a lot of details, and we were not letting any cats out of the bag or any of that kind of stuff. And I mean, I saved the message because I was like, okay, I mean, we'll see what potentially happens, but I was intrigued enough, certainly, that I was gonna that I kept an eye out for it. And so,
Right.
and then when you just hit me back up here recently, like this has gone from maybe donating a couple fucking posters on the wall to, I mean, for me, this is huge. And again, for you listeners out there, I mean, if you're watching this, I mean, Jessica does a lot of really cool shit and looks like she is moving into a position where she wants to do more and all that kind of stuff. Um, and how that's, I mean, obviously, so we get to share some time together, very beneficial. Um, but through this process, and I'll do my own advertising plug real quick. So, because when you get into wheelhouses like this, it's fucking spectacular. Like, I fucking get off on cool shit like this. And so, what started as this has turned into something else, and hanging out with some like-minded people. So I will say, um, Monday's show, I've got Mary motherfucking Mo.
Love Mary from
She's
Let
gonna
me tell you,
she's gonna
that's an
come.
awesome woman.
Oh my god! And she, I mean, she was another one as well. Like I'm talking to her, texting whatever, yesterday or the day before, and we're trying to figure out how we know each other. And I'm like, we don't. She's like shiprock, and I look up her shit, and it's like, okay, don't recognize you. Not sure we. Okay, 3,000 people on the boat. It's real. It's really hard not to like not meet everybody. I mean, it's a big deal. Um, anyway, so, but out of nowhere, like she's like this big deal person doing this big shit and like hit me up like, I want to slot on your show. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even a
Yeah.
show. I'm just talking shit here. Like, okay. She's like down. And I'm like, fuck yes. Okay, cool. Like, how is this not going to be awesome? Just like today. And then the bonus, as next bonus, is James is gonna fucking hang out with me next Wednesday. and he's
I'm
gonna
telling you hit the jackpot with people
fuck.
that have
I
great
mean,
life
right?
experiences and stories to tell.
I mean, but it is like there's that magnetism, there's that attraction, like-minded, like feeling, that kind of stuff, and it's just about, and we do it. I mean, it happens all the time at different levels, but you get into these grooves and then you like get in the lane and you get to hang out for a while or any of that kind of stuff. But this one has really, I mean, again, this is like the timing, welcome to the universe. And I talked about that. Did I talk about it? I did. I talked about it a little bit on Sunday. But again, coincidence? I think not, right? I mean, the universe does its stuff. So definitely
it's going to push
busy,
you where you need to be.
A busy,
it may not be right then, but everything lines
sure.
up just perfectly sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to chatting with James. I mean, I think we're probably going to stick mostly to the foundation and the auction script. But I mean, hey, it's going to be his floor just like this one. And if he definitely, like all of us, but he's got a story to tell, and he'll tell some of it or not. And I'll just share with all of you guys just cause. James Niggemeyer, look him up. I mean, you'll see why he's involved in shit like this. And again, and he's got a great story. Like I said, I don't know that we're gonna fucking break out the couch and do the full body therapy thing for hours. God, I hope not. Don't want to open up a shitload of can of worms in this format. But again, it's like he's earned his stripes, just like a lot of us have, and now he's on the healing end of it and the caring and sharing mode and dumping the fucking wreckage, right? I mean, which is part of that process. So anyway, there's my shameless plug for what I got going on. I appreciate the hell out of you, Jessica. What?
No, I appreciate you. This has been up my alley. I love it.
No, I do too. And I again, I'm not harping on it. Like, again, you got to build, right? It starts somewhere. I mean, are 10 or 20 people going to look at this? I don't know. But I think like today's episode was worth 1 million people looking at it. Like, there's definitely 1 million fucked up people here that would have got something out of this show. And so that's why I'm here. Like, I got something out of it. Cool.
That's what I was saying. There's a takeaway from everything.
Right.
It's one piece.
Which I appreciate that. And that's what it's supposed to be. And like again, good fucking podcast, good fucking self-help manuals, good. They're like, I don't want to minimize and say it's a dime a dozen, but fuck, it's a big planet and there's a lot of people that are cool and do good shit. And so I'm just trying to get in that like I said, this will be driven by the universe. And if I'm supposed to go this route, great. Because I have a lot of fun with it. I had a double neck mouthpiece installed, so I just love to talk shit. Like, I could just go on for days. And so if anybody's like enjoying that, fucking great. Because I am. Because they're. But anyway, so cool. All right. Well, I am Jessica. I can't say thanks enough. And anybody left paying attention or anybody that comes in on this unlive version, hit the social media shit, all the above for me or Jessica, about this topic or any number of other topics. But once you get in the loop, like, you'll see what we got going on. I appreciate, again, Jessica, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you listening and your interest and feedback, and looking very forward to continued working at least through the month with all you guys. Um, yeah. Anyway, so you got anything else to say on your way out the door?
I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you having me on and letting me ramble on for 10 minutes straight. But the takeaway for me is everybody has a story, everybody has a purpose, and for me right now, this is my purpose. This is what's driving me. So, with that being said, I'm glad I'm still here. Okay? I'm glad I raised my hand at some point and said, hey, I'm struggling and I need help. Yep. And that is something that you don't be afraid to do that. Sometimes you just have to. And I had to do that. In fact, I had to do it here recently. And stop being afraid.
Yep.
Reach out for help. They win.
Life is a team sport.
Life. Mm-hmm. Life is hard sometimes. And this has been a life-changing event for me here. It's giving me hope. It's giving me purpose. I have a beautiful son, but I've got this to look forward to also, you know? And so July 29th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Beyond the Battle, Unite Against the Silence. And it's called Unite Against the Silence because so many people suffering with mental illness and mental health issues, such as PTSD, don't raise their hands. They're so drowned by the stigma that surrounds it that they're so scared, or they've been trained not to say anything, and they're just taught to deal with it. And you can't love somebody out of it, you know? You just can't.
Right.
And just join us. We're going to have co-hosts during the auction as well. And some of these are going to be veterans that is touched. Some of them are going to be influencers. We may have a couple of really good surprise people come on. We're going to have a nice surprise drop here in a couple of days. So really keep your eyes open for that one because we haven't even began to blast everything we've got. You know, we've just been, hey, go here. But we've got some stuff coming up that you're going to want to tune in for. So make sure you're following me. The event page is plastered all over. Make sure you're following Keith. Make sure you're following the Taylor Foundation on all platforms. And stay tuned because there's a lot more stuff for everybody to find out.
Yep. All right.
That's it, Billy.
Right on. Well, hey, I again appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Tomorrow, be here again daily, live stream at noon. Spiritual Sundays tomorrow. Oh, short and sweet, but check it out. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again. And now I'm going to kick everybody out of the rooms until tomorrow. So appreciate that. All right, Facebook, you're out. Jessica, you can hang out for a minute on the phone if you like once I get everybody, once I kick everybody out of here.